Hi guys, my name's Tom Johnson. I'm an ethical hacker and social engineer, and today I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight into my world and what it's all about and what I've accomplished over the time I've studied and how I've got into what I'm doing at the moment. So let's look back when I was a child. I was heavily involved in computers from the outset. I was pulled out of school early with no qualifications, and I was given a basic system. It was a Commodore Amiga, and I was told by my mother, learn that. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have the internet back in those days, so it was all about trial and error, seeing how things work, talking to your friends, learning things off other people, reading books. Yes, there were such things as books back in the day. What we'd done is we used to get together with a group of friends and we used to have a little computer club and we'd teach each other things that we learned. It started out with playing games, but then very quickly the novelty of games wore off, and you'd move on to why those games done what they done and how they worked and how you could change those games to do things that you wanted to do, or to remove the boot sectors, because it was all on discs at the time, to be able to copy the games so you could have them without having to pay for them. Yes, it wasn't ethical or moral, but I didn't develop an ethical or moral code until I was a lot older. So then it was just a case of, wow, I wanted a new game, let's just copy it and have a go of it. Didn't realise I was getting sucked into software theft. Time went on, my skills developed. Back in the day, I learned how to code in QBasic and in before that in an Amiga package called Amos Basic and Blitz Basic. So it was all coding languages, though they were very structured, line 1, line 2, line 3, etc. It wasn't like the modern languages that we have today, like Python, etc. As I developed on, I started getting into more trouble. It wasn't because I was a bad guy, it was just because I was curious, or because I just wanted to play a joke on somebody. When I attended college, we had a rudimentary email system, which I found that if you changed the headers on these little emails, you could send them to different places from different people. So I done silly things like sent messages from one lecturer to another saying they were in love with each other and just really immature things. It then progressed further. I used a program called Gatehound and I was scanning random subnets for open telnet ports so I could go in and have a look. I did scan federal machines in my time. I did scan things that I shouldn't do. And the moral of that story is if you'd done that now, you would go to jail. You know, do not pass go, do not collect £200, straight to jail. Back then, it was a relatively new field and it wasn't enforced as much as it is now. But believe you me, if you break the law now, you will get caught and you will go to jail or you will get punished. So what you need to look at now is, as told to me by a good friend of mine, the industry is based upon trust. Do not breach that trust. If you get caught for doing something bad, you will not get looked at in a positive light nowadays. I try now to educate young people, to steer them into the right direction, away from that dark path onto the light path. I've got a passion for teaching and you know, seeing those eyes light up when they know that they can do something. So I try to use my past experiences to help further develop people now. I've been lucky to brush sleeves with the NCA, the FBI, the special operations units around the country, the police forces. It's been an absolute journey and I have loved every single minute of it. I'm not going to lie, I haven't got it always right, but sometimes you have to get it slightly wrong to learn from your mistakes. The best thing I ever done was went to uni. I started with Teesside University. They have been super supportive of me. They've helped me out more than I could possibly ever have imagined that they would do. I've tried to help them out back. I mean, my final goal is to get a PhD and to work with Teesside University, be a lecturer. Yes, the private sector does pay more, but the education side of things, I hold it dear to my heart. If you get the chance to go to uni, my suggestion would be, if that suits you and if it's right for you, do it and grasp it with both hands. Take every single opportunity you can and throw yourself at it. Yes, you'll be tired. Yes, you'll be fed up. Yes, you'll be exhausted, but it pays dividends. You give out 10%, you get back 150%. You know, you can do it and you can make a real difference. The thing to remember about uni is it's not spoon-fed to you. You've got to go out and you've got to earn it. you've got to want to achieve, and you've got to put in the hard work. If you don't, there's not somebody who says, hey, you are not doing this, you are not doing that. It will just reflect in your grades. Now, luckily, I've managed to get really good grades. I've worked hard. I've got firsts in most of my modules, and I've had some real support. So things that I've done career-wise, I've done some real-life penetration testing. So I've went into companies from a social engineering point of view, broken through their human firewall, sat down in their main offices drinking cups of coffee most of the day, not being questioned, scamming their staff, manipulating the staff into divulging confidential information, and then popping it all into a report pertaining to how it was done. I've worked doing teaching and ran summer schools and lectured around the UK for colleges and universities. I've worked with some brilliant people along the way. I've learned so much. That's one thing you're going to have to understand about this field, and understand it from the interim. It is always a learning job. You will never know enough. And the people who say, oh, I'm a professional, this, that, the other, be wary of those guys, because the true people who know their stuff are the ones who admit that they don't know much at all. You know, they always see their gaps in their knowledge, and they're always out trying to learn more. And I see these gaps in my knowledge all of the time. All of the time. I'm writing a scientific paper at the minute on encryption. You know, half of the things that I've learned I didn't even know existed. So you guys need to go out and understand that there is a world of information to learn, and you will never be able to learn all of it. But as long as you can go and learn more than the person next to you, you'll always be respected by somebody. So put in the effort, work hard, believe in yourself. Another great thing I can say to you is take on an interest of your own. So mine, although it wasn't strictly the technical side of hacking, I had a passion for the social side of hacking. How to get somebody to do something or say something that they shouldn't necessarily do or say. So I've talked at a number of conferences. One of them was the Northeast Cybersecurity Conference. I was a guest speaker there. So I've talked at the prestigious ICDDF, the Information, Communication, Data and Digital Forensics Conference. That's a big one. That was in London, and that was under the National Police Chiefs Council and the National Crime Agency. So I've been around, and I've had a great time while I've been doing it, and I've learned loads. Thanks very much.
So what is Dynamo Northeast? Dynamo Northeast is a cluster network for the Northeast tech industries, and that's companies who have tech sections, but also the IT companies, IT and digital. And we bring together people who work in those tech companies, people who work in the tech sections in councils, colleges, training providers, and the academic side of universities as well. And what we do is we organise conferences and events to bring people together to talk about common topics, hot topics. We've trained over 100 young people through the Dynamo Hub, getting them ready for IT apprenticeships. And we also won funding to create a new school in Newcastle, the Northern Futures UTC, for IT and life sciences. So if you're interested in IT and tech, if you're in the Northeast, look up dynamonortheast.co.uk. Thank you.